Beautiful people, welcome back to another Ignite Your Purpose episode, another episode of Ignite Your Purpose, where I speak daily on longevity through healthy lifestyle. I can't define that anymore other than to say, please hang out with people who are way older than you, that are in incredible shape, and be inspired, because that's something I do. So it's longevity through healthy lifestyle. A mix of the mental, physical, and spiritual knowledge, the mind, body, soul trifecta, something I deemed, where every day we're trying to be better than we were yesterday. It is truly that simple. Enough said. That's how it is. That's what we do. And I'm taking, because I'm the storyteller, the guy who likes to talk a shit ton, right? I basically take occurrences that happen in my life that the universe has provided me, and I try and sort of I'm going to look for there. I try to evaluate. I try and learn from, not better or for worse, just to elevate myself. And then I'm sitting here talking to you about them because I know they help me, so I hope that they help you. On that note, today we're going to talk about fear. All right. So I had an awesome meeting with a good friend of mine who, back in the day when I kind of got out of doing what I did for a living, and one of the companies I was running took over all the contracts, took over all the day-to-day workings. It has his own company, but basically took over my livelihood, took over how I used to make money, what I used to do for like 10, 15 hours in a day. And we were talking, and he was telling me about, this contract. And I remember the people, I remember the places, I remember the money that was involved with it. I also remember the agony that was involved with it. And if you've been listening to the Ignite Your Purpose show for a long time, you know that I had my awakening. I can't remember exactly when, how many years ago now, maybe 6 years ago, where I woke up one night to pee, and I was done. Excuse me. I always get a little teary-eyed on that one. I'm a little emotional because I did not want to wake up to continue what I was doing. So we're going to talk about fear. All right. And in that meeting, he was telling me about, like I said, about all these contracts and the money coming in, and all of a sudden my physiology changed. So when you have some awareness in life, when you can feel your insides and your mental state change immediately, and you're able to be aware of that, holy shit, what's happening? What's your mind thinking? What's going on that's making this happen? All right. And because of what's going on in the zeitgeist, I keep talking about, the astrology here with how we're moving in a different, the planet's alignment, the moon happenings, and everything that's happening right now for Taurosians and everybody who's an earth sign right now. We have to trust, because there's going to be a shit ton of change. For all of us, craziness is happening. We all feel it. We feel it in the zeitgeist. We know the consciousness of the world is changing. It's just stuff's happening, right? So he's sitting there talking to me about all these things, and all of a sudden I was flooded, and I mean flooded with fear, and all of a sudden was doubtful and was wondering if I had made the right choices getting out of that racket, right? I've all of a sudden started fearing what I did not have, and maybe what I was missing out on, even though I damn well know how it makes me feel to be back in those situations. That's why I got out of it in the first place, right? But the fear of, did I do enough? Did I make the right decisions? Am I a fool? Why am I doing what I'm doing? It's not what's tried, true, and tested. It's not what my parents told me was the way. It's not the program that's running, right? And what was said to me was this, and I'm going to read it to you right now. Don't let the little man inside you steer the course. So don't let your lower self steer your higher self. All right. Now, if you can truly understand what I'm saying to you, this is massive. And then he said to me, instead of the what ifs, right, try saying, why not? The why nots, right? So when I'm old and gray and taking my last breath, am I going to be like, oh man, I really wish I took on that contract with, whoever, and I really wish I had done that, instead of saying, that healing retreat I did in wherever the hell, some amazing place with those amazing people, and had an amazing experience and learn from and grow from, and this, that, and the next. Will I be on my deathbed going, I wish I hadn't have done that to go back to work? Never. Never, never, never. And I think I talked about this in a in a show the other day, where I've only met one couple that told me they want to stop living life so they can work more. It's the only people I've ever met that have said that. And again, that's what we're here to do, is learn, right? But for me, 10 years deep, to see that old programming come up, and again, I know it's due to what's going on with the planets. I know that there's shit going on, but it doesn't mean any of us will escape this. It hit me hard. And I tell you, that whole day, even though I was able to, get out of my funk, that whole day, man, I questioned myself, like, man, maybe, what if I need, or what if I don't? And all fear, all doubt, all, like he said, like my man said to me, it was all lower self. It was all the ego-based lower self trying to keep me down. And I don't mean that in a conspiracy theory type saying. I'm just saying comfort and safe ground is kind of where we're at. We want that security blanket. We want somebody to take care of us, whether it's our wife, our husband, the government, a program, the town, the community, whatever it is. We want somebody else to take care of us. When in truly, and I keep preaching this whole last few shows, it's ourselves. It's only ourselves that can be our salvation until we truly understand that. And even though I understand that, it's still easier said than done. It takes a shit ton of work, and it takes hitting some serious lows and some serious highs to level yourself out. You know what I mean? On that note, I sat with it that evening, and I came up with all the, the fears and the programs that have been run, everything I was told when I was a little kid, as to the reasons why all of a sudden I thought I was being left out, or I wouldn't have enough money, or whatever the hell it is. And you guys go through your own what ifs, right? Like oh shit, I made a mistake. Take time to see what's really real, and that takes time to even understanding, how much money do you really need to make in a month? What are your expenses? Can I cut back my expenses? Can I do this? Can I do that? There's such a swack of misinformation out there. Something else we talked about is, is the economy really slowing? Are people really out of work, or is it the people who don't want to work that are finding reasons that they don't have to work? There's so many avenues and holes to go deep down with just to believe a blanket statement. You know what I mean? And I even talked about that about yesterday, being prejudgmental on that, the people with the red hats, the Catholics against the Native American that was drumming. We tend to prejudge and take things for what they are when we don't really look into things. On that note, look into your own fears. It's a journey. It really is. But if you're here with Ignite Your Purpose and you've been listening and you're trying to grow yourself and you're trying to do better, some of these things are getting into your subconscious. I guarantee you that. And don't let the little man or woman run the show. Just don't. Easier said than done. Fight for it. We have to fight for every inch, people. On that note, I thank you. I appreciate you. Do better, be better. We will talk to you tomorrow. The world is a beautiful place. Remember that. We are blessed to be breathing the air. We're blessed to be healthy. There's always something to be blessed for. So, talk to you tomorrow. Peace, and I'm out.